Today is the day before I'm finally free of you. I haven't seen or spoken to you in 10 years. You probably don't even think about me anymore. But today I'm starting therapy to end the near-constant thought loops involving and surrounding you. These intrusive thoughts have plagued me since the day I blocked you on everything. It was a cruel monkey's paw, because you cheated on me and completely shattered my heart, and now I think about all of that against my will, all the damn time. I want to air this out and confront this demon before I, hopefully, say goodbye to it and you. Forever. Your brush with death traumatized both of us in different, non-equivalent ways. I believe this was the event that started the thought loops. You were my first everything, and you were almost taken from me in the worst possible way. How can that not permanently change your brain? The people around me weren't sympathetic either. My parents didn't know how to comfort me, so they just didn't. They acted like nothing had changed and got confused/angry when I would cry or show emotion. My friends were dealing with their own serious issues. I was all alone with my feelings and anxieties. I did my best. Our relationship was a perfect storm of all our worst qualities. You were the first person I ever fell in love with, and it showed. I think back to our fights and frustrations, and it's clear now that I didn't know how to love you the way you needed me to. I craved emotional intimacy and acceptance more than anything else. My parents were very strict and kept me home a lot, but also kept me at an arm's length emotionally. I had no example of how to treat someone I loved without being clingy and, frankly, annoying. I was doing my best, even if it didn't feel like it to you. I was 18 to 19. I wasn't even fully cooked as a person yet. I'm tired of your narrative that I just got bored and left you. Nothing could have been further from the truth. I loved you up until our last day, and for a good while afterwards. I don't care if you believe that or not. It's the truth. You woke up from a major traumatic event, and so much had changed. I was just happy you were alive. With the exception of the last 2 to 3 months of our relationship, I thought things were going fairly well. Whenever something came up, I would always reassure myself, this isn't going to be forever. This is just a rough patch. But I could also feel the undercurrent of discontent coming from you. That just motivated me to try harder and push you to talk about things and dig deeper. These are things I do with and for people I love deeply. Unfortunately, I didn't always handle you with grace. I am genuinely sorry for my behavior in those moments. Sometimes I pushed a little too hard or reacted to something you said or did instead of trying to understand. It was coming from a good, loving place. That said, it wasn't only coming from a good place. There was so much insecurity inside of me. You remain close friends with a girl who you told me wants to be with me and is trying to break us up. Why would you stay friends with someone like that? I don't think I was in the wrong there. That was whack. You also talked constantly about the girl from Colorado. You would write her love letters on your Tumblr blog. You told me they were platonic love letters. I say again, BFFR. You didn't tell me you loved me for an entire month because you shouldn't have to say it every day. So instead, I allowed myself to be humiliated. My coworkers saw you one-on-one with other girls. The girl you cheated on me with before and after the accident told me everything. You broke my heart, dude. It's not a mystery why I left. I left because you get up and broke my heart, plain and simple. I've of course doubted myself over the years. I wanted so badly to believe that you hadn't actually cheated on me. But you were uninterested in helping me get to a place where I trusted you. You did nothing to reassure me that you loved me and would never hurt me like that. You didn't say anything close to that. You were dismissive every time I brought the allegations up. You told me that if I really loved you, I would just blindly believe you and ignore literal proof that you had. It was scarier to watch you fall in love with a girl from Colorado in real time than any shitty message from the other woman ever scared me. Be honest with yourself here. Were you too scared to break up with me? And mad when I did it myself because you didn't have Colorado to fall back on? Typing this out, I should have left sooner. You had fallen out of love with me, and I was too blind to see it. Did you ever really love me? In the aftermath, you told everyone, friends, family, anyone we had in common, that I cheated on you. I didn't date or talk to anyone romantically for 6 months after we broke up. You love tweaking the timeline to make it sound like I cheated, but you know damn well that I didn't. My friend that I told you not to worry about was never a threat to you or to us. I initially, sincerely thought he was gay, and so did he. To this day, I would let you read my messages back and forth with him from the time you and I were dating, because I know I didn't do anything wrong. That said, I did not handle our breakup well, despite my initiation of it. I absolutely creep your social media. It was my first real relationship since the advent of social media. I didn't really know how to handle it. But I did know that you were posting certain things on purpose to try and make me jealous, push my buttons. You confirmed as much, I understand, in a Reddit post years later. Instead of making me jealous or piquing my interest, I read those things and thought, oh wow, okay. He never actually loved me. I don't keep in touch with any of my ex-boyfriends, so your insistence on staying in my life felt strange and uncomfortable to me, especially since you had stomped on my heart. It's hard to want to stay in touch with people that hurt you really badly. I also didn't appreciate the way you would strategically block and unblock, friend and unfriend me from your various social media accounts. It gave me the impression that you couldn't decide if you wanted me back or not, or that you were playing games. Having been so in love with you before, I knew that I couldn't deal with you yo-yoing me around. I really wanted to be your friend after the fact, but I just couldn't do it right away. I know that I said something to this effect to you in person after we broke up. I think we met up to trade stuff back. It was outside of McDonald's at like 10 p.m. I'm sorry, I couldn't be the friend you needed in such a difficult time. I really am. I know I broke up with you at a time when you were very vulnerable. I never forgave myself for it, but I also felt like I was put in a position where my two options were: 1, support my boyfriend, watch myself get cheated on / disrespected in real time, or 2, break up, lose most of our mutual friends, but no longer be disrespected by someone who claims to love me. I didn't feel loved or appreciated. I was overwhelmed and felt like I wasn't deserving of the way most people experience romantic love. I began to believe that my love life was going to be this constant, draining struggle for your affection, and that I just had to accept this warped reality of love. But I didn't have any fight left in me. Now, with more life experience under my belt, I can understand that me doing my best was never going to be the right fit or good enough for you. That's not a dig at you, it's just a fact. Coming to that conclusion absolutely gutted me, because I had never connected with someone the way we did. We practically had our own language. We got weird together. The best parts about the good memories were feeling like at least one person on the planet understood me and saw me for who I really was. I chased that feeling / need for deep connection for years before I found it again in my husband. I chased it for so long that I started to get worried that I was never going to connect with someone the way I did with you. But I finally did, and I'm never looking back. So the next time you're in a dark place, know that you lived in my head rent-free for almost a decade. I didn't want you there, still don't want you there, and I cannot wait to evict you. Goodbye, good luck, and good riddance.